My name is Stephen Treharne. I'm the managing partner of Mogers Drewett. We're a law firm based in the southwest with 4 offices, and we tend to look after the affairs of affluent private clients and commercial companies doing M&A type work, commercial property work and other related commercial issues.
My name's Georgina Woodman. I'm the Operations Director for Mogers Drewitt.
There's been massive change in the legal sector with lots of new entrants offering different business models. So the challenge for us was how to be much more efficient in the way that we produce work and to produce that work in a more cost-effective way. So we were looking at technology solutions that could help us to achieve that, but without reducing the client service experience.
We started by wanting to streamline our file opening process. We open approximately 3,500 files a year, which was done individually by teams. We started by looking at having a central file opening team to do this, and then quickly realised it was a perfect solution to automate. So we wanted to automate the process from start to finish. So it was from the client information coming into us through to opening the file, online credit checks, dealing with duplicates, conflict checking, and opening the file in our system, through to either printing the letters or emailing the information out to the client. So a complete start-to-end automated process. Well, we started by, as we said, looking at a centralised file opening team. There would have been a cost implication for that. And also we wanted to improve the accuracy of the files, so there's no human error. So everything that's input is completely 100% correct. There wouldn't be misaddressed surnames, misaddressed addresses. So we wanted to eliminate that completely, which automating did. So we looked at how much time each person spent on a file. So there was a certain amount of time that a solicitor spent on each file. They would be inputting fees, they'd be choosing the schedule type, saying if it was a remortgage, mortgage. By automating the process with the robot looking at our external websites, it was able to pull this information automatically. So we were able to calculate how much time we've saved and the cost implication of that with them touching the file each time that it came in from a client. In terms of file opening teams, we were able to reduce the cost of a central file opening team and also how much time it took the current people doing it to complete a file. So we were able to work out the cost valuation of that and then the added resource that they pull back into their teams. It's easier than I expected, which I think is always a good thing. I was expecting to be very techie, and it would all be sort of lots of emails, lots of techie talk. It was a very human approach, is the way I'd call it. It was daily Skypes. We had a dedicated team. So we had a project manager and a developer who I worked with, Mariana, very closely. And you have a daily Skype every morning. So it wasn't lots of emails back and forth. You were having conversations. They had a sense of humour, which really helped, especially in some stressful situations when you're going back and forwards. And they were really easy to deal with. And yeah, a lot easier than I expected.
I've got some firm views about the way legal services will be provided in the future and the massive part that technology will play in delivering that. I tend to use AI as a word that covers for me all sort of computer processing benefits. So that would include a robotic project. I think the legal sector is going to change where the intellectual boffin work will be done by artificial intelligence. And the real skill set is going to be the human interaction in delivering that information to a client in an understandable way. So I think it's going to be an integral part of the shape of any law firm in the future. My advice for a law firm thinking about putting their toe in the water of robotics or artificial intelligence is to have a clear understanding of what they want that product to deliver for them and what's the benefits for them and for the clients. It's still a bit of a leap of faith around, is this going to work? Will it be superseded by something else? We've really got to have the courage to decide what you want to do, what it can achieve for you, and then stick to it. And behind that, you need to have the buying of the partnership as a whole to ensure that that view is commonly held amongst the partnership group. There are lots of IT providers that, in my view, can be charlatans because they promise to deliver a fantastic product and generally fall short, and there's lots of experiences about practice management systems where that always happens. T-Impact have been the opposite. They've been very easy to use, easy to engage with, and very helpful with suggesting solutions when there have been problems. We're using the robot to help us with our client onboarding, how we take instructions from clients, how we populate the database, how we send out our terms of business letters, how we satisfy the money laundering criteria around identification. And that was the genesis for this project. We're doing that in residential conveyancing, but the plan is to roll that out across all departments. We're also then going to be looking at how that robot can help us with file closure, because law firms are notoriously bad about closing their files, because when a matter's ended, it's not very sexy, so it's almost forgotten about, and there's some serious compliance risks around that. We're also looking at introducing a central billing process, so our billing is done by the finance team or by the robot who will be helping the finance team, and that hopefully will help us with reducing our work in progress lockup and turn the work that we've done into cash for us much more quickly.
I think the one thing would be the investment time that you need to invest in it, the time for testing and how consuming that can be. You need to have a good resource there, you need to have a good IT team behind you, someone who can quickly make changes, and you need to be able to invest that time. It's a very full-on process, and you need to be able to have the person running it that can make very quick decisions. You can't be going back to a board all the time, making a board decision for small intricacies. It needs to be someone that can make decisions as you go along.